I feel like a lot of the roles on the market nowadays are demanding more experience than they usually would. Is that what you're seeing? And again, I know I'm generalizing here, right? I'm speaking from a perspective of being in the tech industry.
Okay.
So when I say more experience, not like it's 5 years and 10 years. I'm talking about if somebody's got 5 years and they apply for 5 years, it's likely that they're not getting the call back because they're probably competing with somebody that's got lost their job and they've got 10 years, right?
Okay.
So I feel like I'm seeing a lot of that. I mean, are you seeing that? Have you heard of that? Or
not specifically because of, I guess, what I do, I sometimes look across different industries or different markets. So not necessarily specifically more experience, I don't think, but that makes a lot of sense because, like you say, there's more people on the market, more experienced people are going to be going for jobs, and therefore employers are like, oh, well, yeah, we then they then put their requirements up. Same with salaries. I'm noticing that salaries in general are a little bit lower.
Yeah, okay, I was going to ask you the next question.
Yeah, okay,
thank God.
fine.
Okay, so it's not bad. Okay,
that is
good,
mad.
Good, yeah.
Companies, it feels like companies are trying to rob you. It really does.
Okay.
It really. When I'm looking at salaries and I'm just speaking to people I know. It's
all
mad.
Right, I wasn't going crazy because that was literally my next question. So that is the case because I was going to ask you, I'm feeling like my feeling, and again, I'm looking at the market, I'm having a look. It feels like it's stagnating and even in some cases going down and not going up. Yeah.
It feels stagnant. I agree with that. It feels like the stagnation is taking quite a long time and it does feel like things have rolled backwards. But again, I think it's the knock-on effect from COVID because we've never had that before. It does feel like things have rolled backwards slightly because they've almost gone back to where we were because companies like going back into the office. And when they're looking, there are a bunch of people on the market that weren't there before and they can get a lot of things done. This might be subjective though. This might just be what I'm seeing. So I'm not sure how it necessarily applies to the whole market, but companies can get things done for cheaper because there's a lot of entry-level people on the market. And what sometimes happens is companies will say, well, we need a lower budget for that role. We don't need to put that role out at such a high salary. They get someone in the role. The person isn't able to perform at that level because what they want is actually from someone more experienced. Then they're going back out to market. So I think it will stabilize over time, but it might take a bit longer. It might take maybe 3 to 5 years to stabilize. It's a shame that inflation won't take that long though, and it will still just keep going up in the same way. Like people on the housing market, I don't know, like one of my friends recently bought a flat, my other friend bought a house, and I was like, that's amazing that they just didn't want to wait anymore because they were like, when are the market conditions going to change? I'm just going to do it now. And yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult for sure. I wouldn't say that's something that people are imagining. Like the job market, the salaries seem lower, and in some places they're asking for more experience, I think.